comedy is like. I did some independent films with Master P, and a lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
This season was for the fans. Even when the pros went dark,
us.
you still found a way to light it and turn stay at home into home field.
It played.
We ain't beefing.
Let's go again.
No smoke.
I don't want no smoke.
It ain't no secret. They know all of us are dope.
They know.
And our people need us. We can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
You've been lied to. You've been told that the enemy stands beside you. Your neighbor is your rival. That's what they use to divide you. But I ain't beefing with nobody that got the same problems I do. Don't always work, but I try to. I can be prideful when I often lose my cool, but I choose to commit to being better so we can eat together. Cause compared to black lives, our beef don't really matter. The day of us fighting each other is over. Wish they love my folks like they loving my culture. But we ain't even pressed, I ain't even gon' hold ya. We don't need your stamp, we co-signing our own stuff.
What up, Devin?
Don't need permission, you dealing with grown-ups. And our ancestors, they told us you owe us. So we here to collect, make the check out the black crowd and no one.
You ain't beefing. I don't want no smoke.
Thumbs up on the chat. Thumbs up on the chat.
Ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope.
No matter what platform, thumbs up on the chat.
And our people need us. We can't let them fight this battle alone.
This is just the intro, ladies and gentlemen.
We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans,
What's the good word? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's go live. What's up? Welcome to the program. Thumbs up in the chat if you're loud and clear. Thumbs up in the chat if we are loud and clear. Welcome to the program. Let's go live with Lamont King. I am Lamont King, and let's go live. That's what it is. Each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 East Coast time. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast checking in. Everybody checking on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, and I think that's it. And the Human Mill app, which you can download very easily. Get the app on your phone. A lot of content in there. Number one source for comedy and news entertainment. And they also carry the show live every day inside the app. They reach over 2 million devices, so that's a big deal. You can be in there with a whole community of good folks. It's Monday. We made it. Made it to another one. This year is flying by already. 2020, the vision is clear. As you can see in the shirt, it was clear. And then something took a nasty left turn. And then it tricked us. 2020 tricked us. All right, goddamn. Who tricked my ass? What movie is that from? We got tricked. We didn't even know it. But we made it, man. Another Monday, another week. Days are flying by. The weeks are flying by. It feel like the quarantine and the lockdowns and the impending second lockdown has slowed things down. But if you know anything about quantum physics, when you slow it down, it speeds up, which is weird. But summer is almost over. It's almost August 1st. What you going to do? What are you going to do? August. It was just January. Then right after that, It was the first day of quarantine. That's August. What we gonna do, folks? Well, we're gonna talk about it and get into the show a little bit, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in, my new viewers out in Texas. Thank you for jumping on. Everybody watching it on TV in their crib. If you got it on your phone, drive safely. Just turn me up in the car. Put me on the Bluetooths. Other than that, welcome to the program, man. We're gonna have a little fun, talk a little shit, and keep it moving. I appreciate you checking in. Shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Clarkson, EPing. And of course, this show is coming to you live from Tiny Closet Studios, our Nerve Center, Command Operations Center, where we bring you all Tiny Closet content. All the podcasts will be available soon. We're just building a stockpile of archived shows and clips. Thanks to you. This is about our 7th week. I think it's about our 7th week. Maybe 6, 7 week, going live every day. Worked out all the kinks. I got some new. So hopefully we won't have any problems anymore. So I got the new computer, right here. And it had a new, it had new guts. I gave it some new guts. High speed RAM and memory and storage and gigs and all that. I gave it all the G's. And then, doing some troubleshooting, had some issues the other day. And they was like, well, can you get a hardwire? And I was like, well, what's a hardwire? And they was like, well, Ethernet instead of wireless. I was like, all right. Went and got that. So now we hardwired in, Cook. We hardwired. I feel like wire is one of them words you got to say like you're from the West Coast. You can't say it any other way. When you try to, tell somebody wire, it's a wire. It's a wire. A hard wire, Cook. So we wired in. All right, download the Human Mill app and also patronize our, here we go, our longest running sponsor right here, drunkenfruit.com. Next time y'all see me, I'm going to have some and we're going to drink together. That's how that's going to work. Cause y'all, you're dealing with you type of people. Y'all don't believe till you see something. And also viewer support. This show is 100% funded by viewers like you. That's how we survive. So, Cash App, send us $1 or something, send me a couple dollars and tell me, we're doing a PSA or commercial. I read the commercial live on air for everybody that's watching. Tons of people will see your product, service, or just your good message, and let's do it. Or if you got some gear you want us to showcase, you got a new clothing line, we put you right here, signage, all of that. You got an event coming up, we'll make a poster out of it. We pivoting. We making a lot out of a little bit. And that's what it is. All right, Patreon. You go over there and become a patron. You can do that today, very easily. Very easily. Just subscribe, and it's like a monthly subscription. It's a big deal. All the money's going to production costs for these programs that you see here. And, of course, last but not least, Mr. Lamont on all social media. Please follow me and turn the notifications on and go to my YouTube/Lamont King. Shout out to everybody that's watching it on YouTube right now. And that's that. There we have it. Got a special guest calling in soon. A couple things I wanted to touch on, and whatever else y'all want to talk to too. If you got talk about too, if you got Skype, man, hit the save this, find us on Skype, and just dial in. I'll bring you on the show straight like that because we live. So you say, yeah. No, I got a commentary on that foolishness you was talking about. All right, well, let's go live then. That's how it is. All right. Let me see what first. Where I want to go at first. How y'all doing? We good? Amazing. I appreciate that. I'm glad you made it. Where we at? So today, real quick, just a couple quick things I want to throw out on some real life. So I'm at the stoplight, right? This just happened to me. So I'm at the stoplight, and so my man come up. I'm in a real tricky part of Northeast DC, and when I say tricky, I mean sketchy. And when I say sketchy, it's not negative. When I say sketchy, I mean you just at the stoplight, you can't just look out your front window. Like you have to, get one of these and a couple of those, and in the mirror, a couple of those, and down to your side mirror, a couple of those. While it's light is waiting to cycle. So you just got to be aware. It's one of those type of intersections. It's over there by some of y'all might know the Starburst, Heckinger Mall, Scooby Park. So I'm over there. My man come up to the window, right, shirt off, under underappreciated. I'll say that. He's in the classification of the underappreciated. Hard life. So he come up. I got the window down because I ain't trying to, burn my AC because I'm on E. You know what I mean? And I got like 17 miles to the tank left, and I'm 16 miles from home, so I can't run the AC. So he come up. He's like, hey, can you help me out? So I'm like, all right, today's gonna be the day. Today is that day. And every once in a while, that Samaritan feel comes over you, and we forget about the times we've gotten burnt in our life, and we forget about our bitterness and our disdain for our fellow man. And we take a look at the downtrodden, and we say, all right, today's going to be that day. I'm going to be the Samaritan. It's hot out here. There's God in me. What would Jesus do? Right? So I look over to my right, on the passenger side. I had appropriated some leftover food items that were going to be discarded from the place I was coming from. You see how I worded that? I'm a master at linguism. You know what I'm saying? So that's make sure I don't get in trouble. I had appropriated some food items that was going to be discarded from the place where I had previously just left, right? So I said, all right, bet, this is my time. I can't be greedy. If he hungry, I need to do something. It's my humanity. If black lives don't matter in this situation, then it'll never matter. So he at the window now. Now he at the window. Because I guess he think I didn't hear him. I was like, yo, my man. He was like, yeah, can I get something to eat? I just need to get something to eat. I got all this food, pre-wrapped, gluten-free, COVID-safe, individual containers of whole meals sitting in plain sight on my passenger side. So I said, hey, bet, my man Holmes. And Holmes is just colloquial. That's like jargon slang for like homeboy. It is not short for homeless. So I said, yeah, Holmes. I said, what, I got some food. He said, I just need to get something to eat. I was like, ew, you want money or food? That's my number one go-to. I've been doing that for like 30 years just to see where they at. I ain't judging, but I didn't know where you at. So I said, you need money or food? And he was like, I need some money. And I was like, well, I don't have no money, but I got food. And then he just straightened up. He was like, man, I ain't trying to eat. I mean, look at me, man. I'm hurting. Look, I ain't got no teeth. I can't chew. And then just walked off. I'm like, hey, my man. You gonna say you hungry, you ask for something to eat, and then gonna tell me when I say money or food, you say money, I say I ain't got no money, I got food. You'll tell me, well, you don't want food because you can't chew it.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Come on, man. You blew my Samaritan moment. You know what I mean? Because you're not in a position to have those type of preferences. Cuzzo, take the food. Now that make me question every time, somebody talking about, I hit them at the stoplight and they talking about they're hungry. You wasn't hungry. You wanted I don't know what you was going to get, but you wanted the money. And that is unfortunate because you make everybody else out there begging look bad. And I wasn't for it. Blew my moment. Other funny thing that happened to me today, man. I've been getting these robocalls, right, from these unknown numbers. And normally 15, 20 a day. And normally I just ignore it, right? But this John today was like Beverly Hills. It was like 3 times, right? And I don't know nobody in Beverly Hills. But I'm like, that could be an industry call. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm industry adjacent. But when you near something, you thinking, opportunity knocks. What if I miss it? So I'm sitting there. I ain't had nothing to do in that moment. So I answered it. And I was like, all right, I'm also a skeptic and I'm also paranoid. So what I didn't want to do is, because the memes that go around and be like, don't say your name when you're answering a call because that's the new scam. That's how they scam you, fam. They get your name and then now they verify it's you and they steal your identity because you said it was you and they take your voice and run it through a computer. I wasn't trying to do all that. So I pick up the phone and I'm like, office. That's my line. I've been doing that since college. Office. So that way you could turn it into a business call. You can easily duck out of it. When the telemarketers, when they used to chase me for school loans, I'd be like, office. They'd be like, oh, you're looking for Lamont King. He's not in at the moment. And then you get off the call. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, office. This little other lady. She was like, "We calling Spectrum Entertainment about your cable." I was like, "I don't have cable." She was like, "Well, would you be willing to upgrade your service?" I was like, "I just said I don't have cable. Matter of fact," then I started getting indignant. "Matter of fact, take my name off your list." She's like, "Well, we just want to let you know about an exclusive." I said, "Please, ma'am, take my name off the list. Remove me from the calling list." She was like, "Okay, well, if you want to be removed from the calling list, please call this number 888." I was like, "No, bitch." I said, "Bitch, you called me. You called me. That's not how that works. You called me. You gotta take me off." And then this is where my day went left, all because of her. I said, "Please take me off." And it was like, because the hangups now, they ain't as violent as they used to be. But I think because the hangup is quiet now, it's more disrespectful. I think it's more disrespectful. It was like, and I was like, and I'm still talking. I was like, "Make sure you take my name." Hello? She just hung up. I'm like, "Man, these telemarketers is gangster, gully for no reason. What is y'all doing out here?" Complete disrespect. Wasn't for it, man. All right. Speaking of disrespect, let's get into this. I need your opinion on this. We'll talk about John Lewis a little later, and we'll talk about NFAC a little later. But I need the ladies check in. Ladies and fellas, check in. I think this is something worth talking about. I know my position. My position is easy, but I'm curious to hear your position on this. This to me is if disrespect was a person. All right, so there's a little video. You probably have seen it circling around. I saw it this morning. It looks staged. I had to watch it a couple of times. Even if it's staged, we still gonna talk about it. Where the guy pulls up in the car with his mom and his wife is there. It's like, "Why is your mother in the front seat? Tell her to get in the back." And the mom is like, "I'm not going anywhere. This is where I'm sitting." And then the wife just goes off like, why it's always a thing when me and you get together and blah, blah, blah. So let's watch this right quick. And then bring my man Big Zoe in. He's going to pontificate on this as well. But I want to get your opinion, especially the ladies. Who comes first? Who should come first in a man's life? Mom or wife? And what is considered... Stand by, Big Zoe. Hold on a second. And what is considered disrespect? All right, so we're going to watch this real quick. And then we're going to talk about it. If you want to jump on the show, feel free. Feel free to hit that Skype. All right. Here we go. All right, let's get in here. Here's the video. All right, here we go. So it could be fake. It could be not. But just listen.
And I get that that's your mom and everything, but
So he just pulled up. Let me go back. He just pulled up, and she like, "Why is she there?" Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. This is the wife. The mom's in the passenger side.
Conceive. And I get that that's your mom and everything, but you're going to the back, right? No, absolutely not. Why? What are you talking about? I'm your wife. Serious right now? We gotta keep having these type of conversations every time I link up with your mother is always a problem. I'm in his life now, so why are you still here?
I'm always gonna be.
Okay, but go to the back fucking seat. I'm your wife. I'm your fucking wife.
And I love you.
But this is my car.
That's my mom. I haven't seen this before.
He can't see her. No, but every time she's around, you good job. Stop being a mama's boy.
I love you and I love y'all. I love both of y'all.
Go to the back. Go to the back seat. Go to the back seat. No, I'm so tired of this shit. Go to the back. You could be his mother, cool, but go to the back.
All right, so there's that, right? So first of all, before we do that, before it continues, because I don't want to, who knows what? Oh, Roy Jones. Oh, we have
Conversations every time.
We have to come back to that. Before we continue, all right, let me welcome to the program one half of the Street Senators podcast, Big Zoe. The Big Zoe Talks. What's good with you?
Hey man, what you up to?
Chilling. So we just getting into the topic. I don't know if you saw that video today with the. Could you hear the audio just now?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I was playing the video. It's about a minute long. It looked like a sketch, like a comedy sketch, but it's a great topic where the guy pulls up in a car to pick up his wife, but his mom is in the passenger side. So the wife is immediately beside herself and like, whoa, she got to get in the back. And they're, yeah, right. And so the mom was like, I ain't going nowhere. And so she like, yo, he's, I'm the wife and it's my car. Apparently it's her car. And then the husband jumps up and be like, yo, I love y'all both though. But don't, talk to my mom like that. And then they start going at it, the wife and the mom. And my question is like, who should sit in the passenger seat in that? And what is disrespect? What is considered disrespect? So I'll tell you my opinion.
Okay.
I'm not even a mama's boy, but I feel like just from
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
Definitely not. She would tell you that.
Okay.
She would tell you that. But I feel like just out of respect for elders, you can't pop off at nobody's mom like that. It's obvious if that's real, it's obvious that there's history.
Yeah.
But even if it's history, I still feel like it's a line. A line got to be drawn where you can't really pop off at nobody's mom like that.
Well, you can if last night she called you a bitch and you should have never married my son. Matter of fact, I wish you die.
Yeah, okay. I don't think they're doing a family video if it was that. If it was that, I don't think we would have even seen.
But wait, if it's her car,
right?
Guess what? Everything is thrown out the window in the sense of you're picking me up from work, you're driving my car.
Now it looked like they was off the block. It was real summertime. Everybody had tank tops and titties was out and shorts and kneecaps and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a work thing.
It wasn't a work thing.
But it was still her car, right?
Right.
So she has complete jurisdiction over who sits where in her car. As a respectful daughter-in-law, should she have even come out of her mouth? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She should have fell in place and got in the back seat. Or if she wanted to be in the front so bad, she should have told his ass to get in the back. And she should have drove.
Okay, so that's what I was just about to say when you finished. If it was really that serious, yes. If it's your car, if you're making a statement that it's your car, then drive.
Yeah, drive.
I'm shocked at the peanut gallery. So everybody, shout out to peanut gallery. Everybody in the chat is like, the front seat is for the wife, and I'm like, not necessarily. I just don't agree.
Well, what happens in your situations when you if you was riding with your mom and wifey?
It would probably be. Well, I think wifey would be polite enough to let moms live.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have a problem. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, this is clearly in a situation where y'all got history.
Right.
Clearly.
Or we could have just chose the right type of woman who knows how to fall in line.
Well, I don't know if you want to say fall in line.
Well, not fall in line like as.
Wait up. Yeah, hold on, Gus.
or not even saying that she lower than your mom's, but lower in the sense of like just to our elders, we take a step back for the elders.
Absolutely,
you know
absolutely.
If it was flipped, if it was my car, Shorty picking me up, her dad in the front, I ain't gonna be like, yo, boss. I mean, I need you in the back, babe.
Right.
I'm not doing that. I'm just jumping in. You know what I'm saying? And to each his own, but you're right. There is a lack of that. Now, I don't know how old they are.
So they look like they look under 30 and the mom look about 60. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
might be 40.
Yeah, it's like that current looking age. Somebody in the chat in the peanut gallery made a good point. Elders should always be honored, but elders should also be honorable. And I'm from right. That's a little that brings up some questions because I'm from the school of thought where they almost, especially black elders, they almost don't have to be.
Why?
I don't. That's my belief. They don't necessarily have to be. I feel like they've lived through enough where you can be ornery, you can be bitter, and me personally, I'm not taking it personal.
Right.
You can talk crazy to me, and it really doesn't bother me.
You get a pass.
You get a pass, especially in family, because family you can check.
Yeah.
You just be like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, you're doing too much.
Yeah, you're doing too much. But beyond that, I'm going to let you live.
Yeah. No, and that makes sense. That makes sense. But at the same time, I think I personally learn better by what you do, not what you say.
Right.
Now everybody is different. Somebody might can just go off of what they are told to do and figure out how to do it right. But what I've come to find out, even the kids I've been around, all the ones I got spread out across the country, they go at what I do, not what I say.
Right. Right.
So
Ray, I'm shocked. Ray says, "Damn that elder talk. Moms needs to get in the back." No, Ray, I disagree. I'm shocked and appalled. Completely surprised. I just think it's an etiquette thing at some point. Like at that, in that moment, let me see. I need to put your name up here. In that moment, it's like, all right, whatever. We know we don't like each other.
Yeah.
But you know, I ride.
I mean, but you know what, bro? That's a bad situation to be.
Yeah.
If you a stand up dude and say your wife don't be tripping, or say your mother-in-law don't be tripping, but they just don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
They not nasty with each other. They just don't like each other.
Which is fair.
And that could possibly be in a lot of situations. But how do you play that and play it right?
You gotta as the saying goes, you gotta live to fight another day. You gotta figure out a way to be able to go to sleep with both eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
That's you know what I'm saying? Because your old lady will take you out, and your mama will take you out if y'all know sleeping in the same place.
Yeah,
your mama will take your ass out.
Yeah, and then if you get into a wifey, and then who you got but your mom?
Yeah,
who you got? You always got your mom. You know what I'm saying? But wifey could be like, I need some new.
Right.
So, or I'm tired of the old.
Right. and what made me think that this was staged was that the acting was way over the top. But then I watched it the second and third time. I'm like, well, they are New Yorkers, and New Yorkers are just
see that changes.
They're over the top anyway. So it could have been real. It could have been real.
Could have easily been real.
Dead ass, ma, get out of my car. Right. That's normal talk. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been real. Dead ass.
And then the mom be talking to the daughter-in-law like, yo, bro.
Yeah, bro. yeah.
Bro. That be killing me, though.
You about to get this dub. Get this dub.
Roll up and stop talking all that shit. Just roll up and get in the back. Roll up.
Yeah, it could have been real. It shit could have been real.
I mean, you was talking about respect, man, and I was hearing a lot of back and forth about Megan Thee Stallion. You familiar with the story?
Yeah. Has it come out yet? The whole story?
Not yet. We still haven't heard it.
Because I didn't want to talk about it because it's just like I'm just going off of Twitter information. I don't like doing that. So I wanted to know what actually happened. You know what I mean?
And very few people do, except for the ones that was around, because they've been keeping, tight-lipped just because Tory's in a situation. But is Tory in a situation because Tory did something? Is Tory in a situation because the gun went off? Is Tory in a situation where Megan didn't even get shot? If she didn't get shot, she's going to be all out of pocket because she said she got shot in both feet.
Well, she got two in one foot.
Recently she said in both of my feet.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's a quote. She recently said that. Now, what one of the witnesses said, one of the undisclosed witnesses said that what happened was she didn't get shot in the feet at all.
Mm-hmm.
The gun went off probably because they were struggling. He didn't say why the gun went off.
Right.
But the gun went off, and because look at Megan Thee Stallion, look at Tory.
Yeah, he's like, I think it's like 4'11". Yeah, 4.5, 4'11 and a half. No, I mean like real. He's on Kevin Hart time. He's on like for real. Kevin Hart probably is towering over him at 5'3".
And then Megan Thee Stallion is what?
At least 6'2". At least.
Okay. 6'2". How much she putting on the scale?
Like 164, maybe.
Okay, you're being nice, but that's cool.
Yeah, I mean
that don't matter. Just the height alone.
Yeah, the height is what does it.
The height alone.
It's all in the shoulders. It's in the shoulders and the knees.
And then she got the hip action where she can like grab you and move you like a lineman. You know what I mean? Like she know how to do all that. So with all that being said, she's already
she ain't getting up under the shoulder pads, is she?
Man, listen.
Man, she's
hey,
she's surfing. She old lineman. You put her as an old lineman.
no, tight end. She might be a tight end. She might be a tight end. But I ain't gonna play her like that because everybody try to jump on her.
They do, right?
Like
I saw this. You know what? I saw something real though. There's a real conversation about this whole we must protect black women. Black women are the least protected, and I was like, how? Wow, how did that get into this conversation? So, but they explained it, and it was kind of real. They were like, she gets made fun of.
Yeah.
In that scenario, and it was just last week. I can't remember who the other person was, but it was just last week. Some male or pop star or whatever was in some foolishness, and everybody was like, pray for thoughts and prayers. And
who, Kanye?
I can't remember who it was that they was. It might have been Kanye that they in the meme.
Yeah, it's probably Kanye.
Yeah, it was like pray for blah blah blah. But she's actively in an active shooter situation where she actually gets wounded and she gets roasted for being a victim in that scenario. And it was like that only happens to black women. And I was like, man, that's kind of yeah.
Well, you know what? I know where you're going with that because I had a whole.
That's where the internet was going. It wasn't me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see why the internet going that way because I had a whole family chop up about that where it's funny how we are black women always come to the aid of not only their black men, but other black women and everybody else who comes to the aid for us.
Right.
And then Megan Thee Stallion happens. And then people say, oh, well, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, blah, blah, blah. But I think the situation is different because Megan Thee Stallion, the way she presented the story, because she didn't have to say nothing. She didn't have to say nothing, and we could have been like, yo, if Tory shot her in the foot, what kind of man is he? Because we were saying that anyway.
Not at the beginning, because we didn't know it was him that did it. Like, that sounds bogus.
Well, that kind of came out soon because he got caught with the gun.
Yeah, but
the gun was in the car.
Yeah, but in the beginning, the first 2 days, it was more like the gun went off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what probably happened.
And the whole, how that whole thing is. And then next thing, one thing led to another. Then the gun went off, and I heard shots. That whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't immediately think or know Tory Lanez, they struggling in the front seat. He leaned over and pop her twice in the foot. Nobody went to that immediately.
But when do we support? How do we know who to support? Per se, a victim. How do we know how to?
And that's my point. Like I reserve judgment until I hate to say it, till all the details come out, all the facts. Because you could be, I was making fun of Kanye. I was roasting him day one.
Right.
But then day two, you like, all right, let me look at the video again. You like, oh nah, he's really something wrong with Cuz. And in this climate, you can't really make fun of people that have something wrong with them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Or you could, but you should know.
You could, but you can get canceled.
Yeah, you get canceled real quick.
But it's like with her, the argument was she's nice as a person and as an artist. She's cool with everybody. She don't really have no beef. So for her to get roasted the way she did, people is like, that's not fair because you wouldn't do that to a male artist. And I was like, yo, that's kind of true. It is kind of true. And we still.
I mean, they've been killing Kanye.
They've been all types of pray for Kanye and leave him alone. And he ain't been right since his mom died. And like making excuses and all of that. And my whole gripe was, sure, he may have these issues, and we're not going to talk about Kanye, but he may have these issues, but you can't schedule no events around your breakdowns.
Yeah.
That's not going to fly.
And make a big deal.
And no. So that's why I didn't.
Big boy deals.
Yeah, right. So.
And you know what? The only reason why we don't notice is because it didn't come out. But he's supposed to have an album that's supposed to have been out like within the past week or two.
It was supposed to drop Friday. It was supposed to Donda. Yeah. It was supposed to drop Friday.
And that's the way to do it. Especially coming from the Kardashian clan.
That's the way he does it. That's the way he do it.
Yeah. But even he learned that in the record industry.
Yeah.
But being with the Kardashians, come on, come on, we got to set it up. We got to set it up. We got to make it a whole production.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So wait a minute. Let me do this real quick. I can't see the name, but I'm putting it on the screen. They said they would not have done that to Taylor Swift. That is absolutely true.
Ooh,
Taylor Swift.
No, they wouldn't have.
Taylor Swift would have been the supreme victim. I mean, somebody had been in jail. Somebody have been, yeah.
Well, they probably wouldn't have did that to just about our top 10 most popular female artists, black or white. If that was anybody else besides Megan Thee Stallion.
You saying, wait a minute, you're saying she's not big enough to be a victim?
I'm saying because she comes off as big and aggressive and almost like
no, but you said top 10, so that means
top 10, like top 10 artists,
right? So you're saying she's not large enough as an artist to be a victim?
No, she's large enough, but you know how it is when, like, say if somebody beat me down and you be like, oh man, damn, bro, how you let that happen, bro? Like, what's wrong with you, man? When he snuck you? But if it happened to you, I'd be like, damn, ladies, we got to go get the boy. Like, what happened? You know, blah, blah, blah. It's two totally different conversations just because of our size.
Would it be? I'm listening. I had to be like, no, that's not how it would go. Is that what? Yeah. I was ready to go get game when he yeah.
Yeah.
When he yoked you up.
Yeah. I got yoked up by a bunch of tall motherfuckers, but
hey man, you gotta put that in the book.
Which one? Oh, that
yeah.
Well, you gotta put it in with saying with the Suge.
With the Suge Knight, yeah. You have to
figure that out.
Yeah,
we got to figure that out. But you know,
or at least a reenactment. At least a reenactment.
Oh no, 100%. But the females was going at Meg too. That's what I'm saying, because I think it's because of her stature, not because of her.
Because you expect that person who you view as strong to be able to handle themselves and take the shots. That's what I knew where you was going.
Yes.
You expect that confidence. Yeah. You're right.
Chrissy Teigen and Drea, they and both of them, I thought, Drea was cool with. I've seen pictures of them. Not saying that they was cool just because they was in pictures, but they were in pictures together. They seemed like they probably played nice at least. Chrissy Teigen thinks she's friends with everybody, but she feel like she can say whatever she wants to say in her mouth. But then when she said what she said about Megan checked her and was like, bitch, that ain't funny.
Right.
And boo, and went right in. And Chrissy, bowed down and copped the plea and apologized, right?
Right.
But she took that bitch way better when it came from Megan than when it came from your boy, Academics.
Right.
Academics got canceled for that.
Right.
But he said a lot more. So
he said a lot more, and he said it to the wrong people. Ooh. You gotta know in this climate and in this culture, you just gotta do your research. You gotta know who you can throw shots at and who you can't.
Yeah.
Who's in and who ain't.
And, I mean, her husband was named the sexiest man alive, and there's no possible way he should have won.
You didn't agree?
I mean, I'm not trying to judge no man or nothing.
You didn't vote?
I didn't vote, bro. But
they didn't let you vote? Big Zo, damn, you should have made us think about that.
I'm like, if he getting it, then where the sign-up sheets at? Like, come on, man, we gotta at least try to, shoot our shot.
Yeah, you can't. Certain people you just can't shoot at. Somebody said, Ray said, definitely would not have happened to Beyonce.
Not at all.
Look, that's easy. We still don't even know who bit Beyonce at the party.
Yeah, that's
still a secret. So you wouldn't even know.
What's your guess?
What they say, Sanaa. I've heard like more than one occasion that.
I see Sanaa doing some wild ass shit like that.
Yeah, drunk and all that, like on some fun, play.
Yeah,
but I ain't playing.
Yeah, but you can't get drunk and bite Oprah. You can't get drunk and bite Beyonce. You can't get drunk and bite Michelle unless you have some type of situation going on with them.
Yeah,
especially in public.
Yeah,
those three women right there, you can't do that to. I mean, we can name other, but just those three are on a tier by themselves.
Yeah. All right. We on live with the Big Zo Talks, one half of Street Senators podcast. Moving on. So did you get a chance to see this weekend the NFAC? Are you familiar with them?
The who?
The NFAC, No Fucking Around Coalition. That's the Black Gun Club in the South.
Yeah. Yep.
So they were the ones, if you remember, folks. They led the march rally, I guess, to Stone Mountain, Georgia, to the KKK headquarters. They received some information, or so they thought, that there was going to be some events, and they wanted to preemptively get ahead of those events. So they went to the headquarters. Nothing happened, but they were out there en masse, armed, about 500 deep, legal, registered, licensed, Second Amendments, gun owners out there, whatever. So the leader of that organization, Grandmaster Jay, rose to internet fame overnight. So he led this past weekend a rally to Louisville, Kentucky, the courthouse. And what was reported was, we coming to talk to the Attorney General to issue a citizen's arrest of the killers of Breonna Taylor.
Oof,
because his rap was, if you won't do it, we will.
Whoa.
Which is interesting, and I hope I have some of my white friends on the chat watching the show, because it started so many conversations. Because I was like, man, the people that are really having, because they had a live feed, so I'm watching the live feed, and people was arguing in the comments, and I was like, y'all really didn't have a problem when they did this in Michigan. When the militias went into the state house.
I mean, you can name the states.
You can name it, yeah. It's happened more than once. I'm like, you really didn't have a problem, but now this is an issue for you?
Yeah, because that's the scariest thing, to see black men united, armed legally,
right,
in a legal protest,
right.
In a peaceful legal protest.
Now, I was going to show some video and some footage or whatever, but he was his speech. He he has a way, he has a certain way, and I'm not judging, and I don't have no problem with it. I just wasn't going to, on the platforms that we on, I wasn't trying to. It was F this, F that, and y'all MFs and this and that and that. But he was making some bona fide points. I don't have no problem with the profane or the vulgarness, but he was making some bona fide points. And one explanation.
He was saying this on the news though?
Nah, it was on the internet. Of course, it wasn't on the news. Ain't get no coverage.
Okay. Oh, no coverage. Okay.
Nah. So they legit went to the city of Louisville to make a citizen's arrest. The same type sidebar, same type of citizen's arrest that the three cats in was that Mississippi with Ahmaud Arbery.
Was that Mississippi?
I forgot what state, but same type of scenario where they felt entitled enough that we can make a citizen's arrest. And hopefully the government will back us. So anyway, they went to Louisville to do the same thing, because technically that's our right.
Yeah.
And so these people committed a crime. They haven't been brought to justice. So when I tuned into the live, he was explaining why it hadn't happened. So apparently the NFAC got to the Attorney General, and the Attorney General explained that his hands were tied. So I don't know if he's fluffing them to back them down, or he's telling them the truth. He's saying that the police did not give him a full case file for him to be able to do his job. They left out evidence.
Come on.
They left out evidence. They left out details. So based on the half of case load that he got, he said it was not enough to charge them. They left out crime scene photos. They left out ballistics. They left out all these other details that were needed.
That means they liable.
Exactly.
They left it out. Come on, man.
So right before the broadcast went off, right before the live stream went off, Grandmaster Jay said, so we're giving him 4 weeks. And we will be back. And I'm absolutely here for it. This level of activism, long overdue. I'm here for it. He said, we will be back. And it's 300 of them. And I must say, and I ain't gonna stay too long on this, because this 2A conversation is so scary for black people. I don't know why. It's so scary.
What's that?
The 2A conversation.
What you mean 2A?
Second Amendment.
Okay.
That conversation is so scary for black people, and I just want to say officially, relax.
Why do you think that is?
Because we're traumatized by what we associate guns with. And that's gun violence.
From the neighborhood.
Yeah, we're traumatized with years and years and years and years and decades, as opposed to understanding your relationship as a citizen to your right to defend yourself. And I figure if we had that education the same way they did on the other side, we would approach it differently. That's just my opinion. So I'm saying,
I think that might be a fact.
So I'm saying now is that time. Relax, go read and rethink your approach to your Second Amendment rights, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I love that. I love that.
I'm gonna keep it light.
Yeah. Well, if we're keeping it light, man, I want to go down. Give a shout out to Kobe Cole, man. You know, they did it big for him in Philadelphia Eagles. They put a mural up in their facility
for who?
For Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah. I was like, Kobe Cole, that's a real person.
Yeah, I know. And he was in Philly. But yeah. So he was, you know, they had him with the different jerseys, but they basically put his top 10 rules that he lives by. And I just wanted to throw them at you.
Yeah.
And see your take on it.
Okay.
Get better every single day. Prove them wrong. Work on your weakness. Execute what you practiced. Learn from greatness. Learn from wins and losses. Practice mindfulness. Be ambitious. Believe in your team. Learn storytelling. I was like, yo, that's kind of me, right? Them 10 rules right there.
No, that's
you
heavy.
Can apply that
to everything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a mean little 10 Commandment set right there.
Yeah.
Covers all bases.
Yeah, it covers all bases.
Yeah.
Man. Big up to Kobe Bryant. How long it's been? It's since January? What?
January 30th or something? No, it was the night before or something. It was the night before something.
So we got at least about 6 months in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh my God.
That's heavy. He was a guru.
He was a guru, but you know, it's funny because he kept to himself a lot unless he messed with you.
Mm-hmm.
And if he did, he would give you the jewels.
Right.
And he tried his best, especially when he got out and he wasn't competing with you, to make sure he actually seeked people out.
Yeah.
And said, look, I got something for you. I've been watching you play. And I wish that happened more for our people in different industries. It happens in sports a lot.
Right.
It does not happen in other industries enough, at least from what I hear, because I'm not in all industries, but I talk to people who are in multiple industries, and that doesn't happen enough.
Right.
You know, it's almost like I got it. You got to figure out how to get it. I can tell you a thing or two, but I ain't going to give you the game because you might take my job.
Right. Right.
So that's another thing we got to figure out besides the 2A.
And also, speaking of rest in peace, John Lewis, they started his funeral services today. I think Lion State, early this afternoon. I didn't get a chance to see the coverage, but that's a major deal. Heavy loss to the movement and the culture.
Yeah. And it was beautiful that they took him across the Pettus Bridge, which is the same bridge that he got his skull fractured on.
Bloody Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And apparently the headline today was your president declined to pay his respects, and I'm not mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be honest, I'm not mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather you didn't.
Yeah, don't be fake.
It's a non-story. Like I didn't expect you to. I would rather you didn't. Please don't.
Yeah, because if you did, you would look like you was reaching for the vote.
Right.
And we don't need you to reach now. I'd rather like you said, like show me who you are.
Right. And you're showing me, so I already know.
Yeah.
Like ain't nothing more to it. It's kind of like how he was with Elijah Cummings. Like we don't need your official statement. We don't need it.
But what was the congressman, what's your boy's name in Texas? Spanish guy that ran for Republican, ran against Trump. He was
not Rubio. That's Florida.
Yeah, was it Rubio?
No. With the name, with the funny name.
Yeah, but he was.
I can't remember. Somebody get it. I think
he might
in the peanut gallery.
Might have been from Mexico, but anyway, he mixed up Cummings.
Oh yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that picture.
But you know what? I was like, you know what? He get a pass. Because
no, publicly, no. Publicly, he does not get a pass. But we all know
he was in the Senate with both of us. He was in the Congress with both of them.
But us black folks, we all know, and I'll say this one time and won't say it again. We all know unequivocally that those two people was the same person. We know you can't say that, but we all know that them two, you would never see them in the room at the same time. Goodness, that was the same face and head and everything. Ted Cruz.
Yo,
Yeah, when I seen the meme
Ted
and
Cruz.
he put the picture,
Ted Cruz.
he put the picture. I was like, shame on you, Ted. I was like, Ted's
What's
canceled.
wrong with you, Ted?
Yeah,
Why
Ted.
you can't tell? What? Because they both black.
Because they
You
both
can't tell
black
the difference?
and bald and old in the face. You think it's the same person?
I was like, as soon as I read it, bro, I was like, nah, bro, he get a pass.
Listen, when I tell you that, or they said it was Rubio. They said it was Rubio. I gotta find the meme.
Rubio?
I can't remember. I posted the meme on here last week, but when I tell you for years, I thought they was the same person. For years. Unbelievable.
And you black.
Yeah.
You black.
But y'all can't say that.
Attention.
Y'all can't do that. Y'all cannot do that. Don't do it.
No, but what's up with your boy, Tom Cotton? His last name Cotton, too. He
Yeah,
got the
right.
nerve to be wild
Super
about,
clowns. A lot of clowns coming out the woodworks. They stay comfortable. They got to comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, but he's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, he says slavery is a necessary evil. I mean, and he's using that. He's using a quote from Lincoln to like bonify his statement. But I'm like, bro, like you're saying this right now before this presidential election. How are you looking as a Republican even throwing that out there? Like, what do you have to gain to even make that statement?
They're trying to rally their base and make sure you know what side I'm playing on. The lines are being drawn. We got 50 days. The lines are being. I told my coworker that it's about to get real tricky. This week you're gonna see a lot this week. The lines are being drawn. We got 50 days, less than 50 because early voting is going to start. And really, I saw this today too, and I thought this was interesting. I hope this gets more traction. There's like a little push to raise awareness about early voting because they say the election, in theory, could be decided by early voting. Mm-hmm. Like we pressed on this November 3rd. Remember, make sure November. Anybody really trying to stand out there for 8, 9, 10 hours in these votes?
That's why Trump don't want it to happen.
Right.
That's why he don't want it to happen.
But it could happen early voting if we get that out the way and the numbers come in. And it's like, hey, my man, you lose, you get mollywopped. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the lines are being drawn in the sand, and you know, with 50 days, like it's real. These people are coming out the woodworks. There's a couple, you know, talking heads and neoconservative podcasters and all that. Everybody's coming out and making their statement. This is where we at.
This is where I stand.
This is where I stand. No ifs, ands, no misunderstandings. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous though. These people so you're making those statements and you're making those stands right before this election. Every person of color needs to remember all these statements you're making. But it's time for you to be reelected.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
We can't have short attention span. And on that note, Big Zoe, I appreciate you stopping through the show, man. We can't give them all, bro. Man. We can't give them all, everything. Let me give you a round of applause.
Love you, bro.
Yeah, I'll holler at you. Oh, he just hung up. He just pieced. That's how it be, man. We move. Look how that hour just flew by. You see what I'm saying? This is what you get, man. This show can't be for free. This can't be for free. All this quality content. You know what I'm saying? All right. My man Big Zoe, one half of the Street Senators podcast, which will soon be available on our own podcast network. It's my man, the Big Zoe Talks. All right, y'all. It's about that time. We're going to cut out of here, man. Cut you loose, let you go do whatever it is that you like to do. But we always like to leave on a lesson with a word from an elder in a segment that we call Hi, Dad.
Happy every day, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflection. Our health during this quarantine. Cabin fever is real. The fear that we old folks have is real. The fear of going out of the house and the fear of having someone coming into our home is real. We try to interpret the facts and numbers from credible sources, but we are overpowered with statements from unreliable sources that dominate the media. I wear gloves when I go out of the house to get the mail, then wipe the mail down with Lysol, Only then do I bring the mail into my house. I wipe down my food that is delivered to me the same way. Wearing a mask outside is the normal attire for me if I have to go and take care of any important businesses. I have only been outside my car only about 3 times in the quarantine. Prepared taxes, the doctor, and car inspection. My wife and I did not go out on our deck until the pollen cleared up, so we had to order some vitamin D because of the lack of sunshine. We went around in November. We want to be around in November so that we can vote. This election is very important for our well-being and yours also. Stay healthy and awake. Make the necessary adjustments during this quarantine so that you will be around to vote. Don't let cabin fever get you down. Stay on task. Peace and blessings. Alpha Papa.
All right, there it is. Word from my elder, Alpha Papa. Appreciate you. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Real quick, I want to show you something. If you got a chance, from back when I was on the radio on that morning show, Coast to Coast Nationwide, man, this is some funny stuff. Probably the funniest collection of crank calls that you're going to see online. Spotify, Crayon Smith, who the hell is Lazy Lamont? Do that. And make sure, Patreon, get on that. Viewer support, get on that. Humor Mill, get on that. And I'm looking at the time. Damn it. Why does this always happen? We are out of time. Roland Martin, appreciate you for standing by. We'll try to get you on another show, man. But thanks to everybody else. We go live again, 6 p.m. to 7, Monday through Friday. I'll see y'all tomorrow, Lord willing. Appreciate you. Be safe.
Man, I'm just working, man.
I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.